Hey everyone, I'm going to follow up my video about writer's block with a video about imposter syndrome. I personally don't believe in it. I don't suffer from it. I don't suffer from either of them. Psychologists will tell you it does not exist. It is not a syndrome. It is not mental health issues. It's nothing. They cannot treat you for it because it does not exist. Now, a lot of people claim that everyone suffers from it. And I saw one person very arrogantly claim in a video that what was it? If you can say that you don't suffer from it, but you're probably lying or some such bullshit. It was just really arrogant, really disrespectful, really rude, really insulting. And it's like, if you read 1,000,001, self-help books as you've done, go rot in your own garbage that you've got in your own head. Don't turn around and speak for everyone, because we don't all suffer from it. And not even a psychologist would say that we all suffer from it, because they know that's not true. So shame on the person who actually said that. Now, in my opinion, it's like writer's block. It is an umbrella word or phrase for whatever insecurities you're suffering from. Now, I Googled to see what Dr. Google said, and it mainly seems to be symptoms based on insecurities, generally because someone told you you weren't good enough, or you don't think you're good enough, or you suck, you can't write, your book sucks. What do you think who do you think you are, thinking that you can write a book? And the list goes on. It's things that people have said to you. It's things you've then turned around and said to yourself. How many times have people said, oh, I don't think I'm a good author. I don't think anyone will want to read this. I don't think blah, 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 blah. I'm not good. I'm not this. I'm not that. Oh, for fuck's sake. It doesn't matter who told you, whether it was a parent, a friend, a sibling, a partner. There will be people out there lacking in their own self-respect and self-esteem and imagination who couldn't even think of doing something like writing a book or painting or sculpting or whatever. And they voice their bullshit upon you. Now, that's their life. That's their insecurities. That's their bullshit. Don't let them voice their shit on you. It's their voice, not yours. It's their problems, not yours. If you want to write, then just fucking write. Fucking create. Fucking do whatever it is you want to do. If you want to go take dance classes, art classes, you want to sculpt, you want to paint, just fucking do it. And most of it's free. Writing is free. You can do it yourself. So just do it. Stop letting what other people put in your head and then you put in your own head stop you from doing this shit. Now, the conversations people have with themselves. Stop having stupid conversations with your imposter syndrome about not being good enough. That's your anxiety, your insecurities, your immaturities having an argument in your head. And if you have to have a conversation with your imposter syndrome and tell her to go sit in a corner until you finish doing what you're doing, and then you'll come back and have a conversation, you're having the wrong fucking conversation with your fucking imposter syndrome, because it does not exist. What you need to do, really, otherwise I technically shouldn't be telling you what you need to do. What you could do is have a better conversation, not only with yourself, because your imposter syndrome doesn't exist, but if you're a grown-ass adult over 21, you are an adult. You get to choose. It is all your choice. You are the one in control. You have the narrative. You hopefully can have a mature conversation with yourself, and then finally kick the non-existent bitch called imposter syndrome to the fucking curb and get on with your life. Because you're allowing your imposter syndrome, which is technically your insecurities, rule your life. And that's all it is. You are allowing the thoughts in your head to rule what you want to do, instead of going, you know what, I'm a fucking grown-ass adult. I can make these choices. Fuck off, you stupid bitch. Seriously. Now, this is something I learned a long time ago, back in my 20s, back in the 90s, when I was watching Oprah every day. It also really helps to stop giving a flying fuck what other people think of you. And that is absolutely, utterly important. Because if you actually knew how little other people actually thought of you, you would be surprised. And yes, I stole that from Dr. Phil 20 years ago. Seriously. The day you stop giving a flying fuck what other people think of you, because you always, let me tell you, when you think that other people are judging you and talking about, that's arrogance. That is absolute cold hard arrogance, that you're assuming that you're so fucking important that other people are judging you and shaming you and talking about you. No, they're not. So stop giving a fuck what other people actually think of you, because they're not actually thinking of you at all. All of this shit is in your head. That is what's making up your imposter syndrome. I don't suffer from it because, thankfully, with the era I was born, the 70s, the era I was raised, the 80s and 90s, getting to see Oprah and all of the experts she had on her show, I learned a hell of a lot of valuable lessons in those years. I'm the youngest of 6. We're 5 of us are females. I mean, come on. All of this shit has taught me a hell of a lot of things. This is my life. This has been my life. So no, I don't suffer from imposter syndrome. I don't have that stupid talk in my head. I don't have that stupid voice in my head. I just don't suffer from it. And I think that's just because my my life has been the way it is. So seriously, have a mature conversation with yourself. Why am I thinking these things? Take other people out of the equation. They're not thinking of you at all. It's what's in your head, what you're telling yourself. And the day you start giving a fuck what other people think, and the day you realise, hang on, I can actually change the narrative in my head, it will be a freeing day. You will finally realise that all of that shit just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. If you want to write a book. If you want to paint a picture. If you want to go do a class, go do a class. Stop worrying about what other people think of you, because they're not actually wasting their time and energy thinking about you. It's all in your head. That is what imposter syndrome is. It is the shit in your head that you cannot get rid of. Get rid of it. Kick the bitch to the curb. Don't bother having a conversation while you shove her in a corner. Kick the bitch to the curb and get on with your life.